Good day everyone, welcome to my channel Mental Awareness TT, where we talk about our everyday life struggles, how to overcome those challenges, and practical steps to become the best version of ourselves. So today's topic, I will be discussing on goal settings or sticking to your goals during challenging times. Are you overwhelmed by a goal you have started and don't have the energy to continue? Are you feeling like you're on the verge of giving up even though you don't want to? Well, this video is for you. Whether you've just joined a gym, maybe you're completing your master's or postgraduate studies, or trying to overcome a bad habit like drinking or smoking, or you've simply put aside time to do something but you've never gotten it done. Well, I'm here to tell you that don't give up. Saying this sounds much easier, but it is important for your growth and future development. Let's break this down into 5 parts. Whenever we decide to go towards a goal, initially we start off with the goal itself. You thought about something you wish to accomplish because you desire to have it. Second part is decision. You then decide you want to do it. The third part is planning. You then think about ways you can accomplish that goal. The fourth part is execution. You then act on it during the initial phase all the way to the ending phase. And then number 5, our big 5, is accomplishment. You finally obtained that goal. So quite often we all get stuck on stage 4, and that's the execution phase. In the initial part of this phase, we muster all the courage or motivational drive to begin, but somewhere in the middle we get a little stuck from moving forward. This resistance often requires us to push ourselves a little harder. However, we tend to gravitate towards comfort as human beings because it is easier. Why are we like this? I'm glad you asked. We live in a society today where instant gratification is becoming the norm. Instant gratification is the desire or tendency to experience pleasure, satisfaction, or reward immediately with little to no delay, often without considering long-term consequences. In simple terms, it's choosing what feels good right now over what might be more beneficial later. Freud, I believe in the 1920s, proposed that humans are naturally driven to seek immediate pleasure and avoid discomfort, especially in the early development. If you'd like to learn more about his notion, you can research this. It's called "The pleasure principle dominates the operation of the mental apparatus from the start, beyond the pleasure principle." So in psychology, instant gratification is often contrasted with delayed gratification, which involves self-control, planning, and the ability to wait for a greater or more meaningful reward in the future. Michel's work directly contrasts with instant gratification and is often used to explain why modern environments, technology, social media, consumerism, make self-regulation more difficult. If you'd like to learn more about his notions, you can research and read The Ability to Delay Gratification is Critical for Adaptive Functioning. That's Walter Mischel, The Marshmallow Test. Okay, Now that we partially understand how our human minds work, let's look at solutions during this difficult phase. Something that I have been practicing over years is two things. Number one, remembering why you started your goal in the first place. I feel as though it's easy to give up on a goal when you depend solely on motivation to carry you through to the finish line. A healthier approach to this halted momentum would be reminding yourself why you decided to do it. And two is from a discipline aspect. From a practical standpoint, discipline is the consistent practice of doing what needs to be done even when one does not feel like it, because it supports a desired outcome. What exactly does discipline look like? Practically, discipline looks like following through on commitments regardless of mood, choosing structure over impulses, repeating helpful actions daily and not occasionally, managing time, energy, and intentionality. In everyday life, discipline means getting up when the alarm rings, completing tasks before leisure, setting boundaries without distractions, and showing up reliably, even imperfectly. In simple terms, this discipline is not about being strict or rigid. It is about reliability in action. And as always, from a biblical standpoint, this is taken from Hebrews 12, verse 11, and it reads, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace." Right? So this is a biblical confirmation of why delayed gratification is beneficial to us as human beings. Right? And so as we come to the end of this video, remember why you started your goal and set practical steps to become disciplined in the process. And thank you for listening, and I hope to see you again.